What if you were source pretending to be limited? What if you are much more grand than who you think you actually are? What if every thought that you have about yourself is a lie? That I'm a professional, an entrepreneur, I got my own business, I'm wanting to start social media, that I am confident or I'm anxious or I experience depression and all of this stuff. Now, again, just to be careful for the people in the back. I'm not saying to gaslight yourself. I'm not saying to spiritually bypass on what you're experiencing, what you're feeling in the present moment. Not at all. I'm saying something completely different now. If you were born today, right, and you grew up, didn't learn any language at all, and you was experiencing something like depression, you wouldn't know what depression is. You would just be experiencing energy in the body. The same goes with anxiety. The same goes with procrastination. The same goes with I'm an entrepreneur. All of these things are labels to define an energy in the body, a feeling, an emotion, a state. They're all definitions on how we perceive ourselves because we have language. And so this reality works based on language and numbers, right? And you can say numbers are language too, because we have things like numerology. But what we've got to really understand is that the label itself creates a set limitation because you identify with the label, which makes you identify with the energy. And you say, that is who I am. I'm someone that is anxious. I'm someone that is depressed. I'm someone that is wanting to have more money. That is a characteristic trait. That is an identification. If you identify with wanting to make more money, unfortunately, you're playing the character of wanting to make more money instead of realizing you are the character that has more money now. Does that make sense? So we create these limitations through language, through words. But when you take away all words, you become infinity. You become source itself. And you stop pretending to be finite, right? You stop pretending to be the limited self. And sometimes it can be hard to reject. And maybe reject is the wrong word here, but to reject all of your accomplishments and the things that you've done in this lifetime and wanting to become more confident, wanting to become the greatest version of yourself, thinking that you have energy blocks, thinking that you have limiting beliefs and subconscious programs, and there's something out there stopping me from becoming more successful. What if all of that, all of these labels, all of these stories, all of these narratives that you have in your mind is a set limitation that you have put on yourself, and you're playing out a character that says that you have these blocks and limitations? Imagine that you just started playing the character of, I don't have any blocks. What are blocks? Imagine you started playing the character of, nothing can stop me. Imagine you started playing the character of, I'm all that is. Imagine you started playing the character of no labels, no stories, no narratives. And is that even a character? You know, it's not a character, right? When we remove all the labels, all the stories, all the narratives, we merge back with source. But we have to practice being source. We have to remind ourselves to be source. And that's why I created a group which you can join, where you can join my community where we practice presence, practice being source. In this space of being source, you've transcended all limitation, because you've transcended ego, you've transcended mind, you've transcended the character that we're playing out in this matrix. You've also taken back your sovereignty. When you practice being in presence, the world can do whatever the world's going to do. There can be another C-19, shutting down of the world, pandemic, whatever you want to call it, and you'll be perfectly still, perfectly peaceful. We've got to understand there's an agenda on the planet. There are people who operate on certain frequencies, and those people are also us. It's hard to hear that these people are also us. There's no separation, everything is energy. A lot of us think God is good, but unfortunately, that is not the truth. That is a narrative. What I think has happened in the world, so you understand this, when we see these tragedies and problems in the world, it's because we have forgotten that we are source. And we're using mind, ego, which is limitation. When we have this limitation, we have scarcity. When we have scarcity, we have problems in the world. And everybody's operating through the limited mind concept, self-concept, and who I think I am, and having power and wanting to control, manipulate the world. But here's the true breaking free from the matrix, breaking free from the mind, and realizing that you are not the mind, you are not the ego, you are not the character that you're playing out in this reality. And so this is how you master your reality. You master your reality by realizing that you're not the mind. You are not the character that you're playing out. You're not the labels that you put on yourself. You are pure awareness, consciousness that can see. And experience itself. So like I said, if you would like to continue this journey with me, check out my links, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, much love.